Morgan. Governor Cuomo proposing a top rate of 10.8%, up from the current 8.8%. That means that New York City residents would have the highest combined tax rates in the country at 14.7%. That would top California, the current leader, which is at 13.3%. Now, if you add in the federal, the top rate for New Yorkers would approach 52%. And of course, we'll have to see whether the federal rates go up as well. Now, this is all aimed at reducing New York's projected $15 billion budget deficit in the coming years. Cuomo estimating the tax hike would raise $1.5 billion a year. He's also proposing operating cuts to the budget and the federal aid, but the increase would only apply to income over $5 million. The Partnership for New York City, that's a business group, saying, quote, it makes economic recovery almost impossible since business and investment talent will be highly incentivized to permanently relocate to lower tax jurisdictions. And we've already seen lots of New Yorkers leave. Now, Democratic lawmakers, they want even steeper taxes on the wealthy, with the left-leaning Invest in Our New York campaign saying New York's wealthiest are not fleeing. Governor Cuomo should be worried about working-class New Yorkers. And Guy Adami, I know you love paying taxes. You want to pay more, so you could get your chance in the coming year.
Love taxes. I mean, I threw that tea back in the Boston Harbor back in the day. That's all. Listen, let me ask you a question, Robert. I mean, this thing, New York City real estate seemingly is sort of back on the upturn, right? Things have stabilized. You do a great job with that beat. Is this going to be the next leg lower if this all gets pushed through?
I think this could slow any real estate recovery. Now, if you look at what's happening on the sales side, prices on the sales side are only down 5 to 10%, but we're seeing very little activity. And you raise such an important point because a lot of buyers are waiting to see what happens with SALT, which we may or may not get relief from on the federal side, and they're waiting to see what happens to city and state taxes. And so I think, look, this is not going to kill the market. We're still going to see it improve. But this is going to be a multi-year recovery for New York real estate that is going to get longer if we see higher taxes.
Robert Frank, thank you. I don't know, Guy Adami. Maybe you just need to put some money into some Neil Young songs and call it a day here.
Listen, I'm glad you brought up Neil Young, Morgan. I'm sure we're up against it in time. But until you have seen Powderfinger live with Neil Young and Crazy Horse, you haven't lived. I encourage all of our viewers to do that.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.